and some of you will think why Andrew isn't posting new videos anymore. Well, it's not that the hobby is gone, my friends. The hobby is still here. I am enjoying my new Tandberg studio monitors, my recently bought Canton Ergo RCLs. Well, I had them before. You all know the videos I made from those Canton Ergo RCLs. Of course, the best speakers I still think after I tested all these speakers, my Heiko the Statesmans are the best speakers I have up till now. And my recently bought Magnat All-Ribbon 10-piece. Yeah, so I have plenty materials. I bought the two Marantz 22 or 2330s, so 2 times 125 watt the channel. Monster Marantz vintage receivers. I have plenty stuff to review for you, my friends. But the reason this video, the name is, or this live chat, why I didn't post it videos lately, is because of politics. Politics, my friends. And I will not explain my political choice here, but that politics, that American politics, because I am a Dutch citizen. I live in Europe. I mean, I'm not an American, but that American politics is consuming me in a terrible way, because I had that before. I had that in 2016. I had that a short period. I had that in 2020, and every time when the American elections are close, because I love politics. This is who I am. This is part of my. It's a hobby from me. I don't know why I love politics so much, but because I have nothing. Well, nothing to do with American politics is not completely right, because every person on earth have to understand that even if you do not live in America, American politics is important, because Americans are in fact the rulers of the world. They decide everything, believe me. And some people do not understand this, but I have long known that all the big decisions, what made in the world, are coming from America. So that's why I follow American politics. Also because in the Netherlands, I follow a little bit the Netherlands, the Dutch politics, because nothing really happened. Everything goes smooth, and there isn't much change if the leaders change. Everything, you know, it can go a little bit up, a little bit down, or to the right, to the left. This is what's happening in the Netherlands. Everything is stable, and so nothing there to follow. Not really. Not important for me. Not, yeah. But when I was on middle school, I had a teacher, social teacher, and I never forget that guy. And he was running for a post in the city. So, and that guy, I never forget his words when he was explaining the Second World War. So, talking about Hitler, he was explaining that the German people, you know, who voted for Hitler, said after the war, wir haben es nicht gewusst. Wir haben es nicht gewusst. We didn't know it, that Hitler would become such a leader. You know, if they would have known it before, they would never have voted for Hitler. And we all know what happened. I do not have to go in details. Now in America, there are many people who are Holocaust deniers. Yeah, I don't know where they come with that idea that everything what was happened and is written in books. Yes, and they deny that that ever happened. But okay, so I follow American politics for many years, and the last 8 years or 9 years, things changed dramatically in America. So, and I'm afraid, well, not afraid that if Trump is chosen, that there will be a disaster in the world. That will never happen, because, but I'm afraid for the American people, you know, and I make this video because I just saw a piece from Lawrence O'Donnell. Lawrence O'Donnell is a commentator from the MSNBC. I will place the two links from yesterday and today in the subscription box so you can see why I make this video. And there's no one guy in the world who can explain things like Lawrence O'Donnell. Not that he made this journalistic, yes. He just explained things for us audience, the way things really are. And so I saw that piece from Lawrence O'Donnell, because if people talk about abortus, you know, and in the Netherlands, and I'm not sure where else in the world, but I think many places in the world, abortus is legal. And that is changed in America. And Lawrence O'Donnell exactly explained on the point what are the consequences and what is really going on. You know, so the piece from today on MSNBC, Lawrence. So I think, okay, why does this stuff interest me so much? Is because, well, I'm not sure, but it is consuming me. And because it is consuming me, I do not have the power, really, my friends, what I'm telling you now, to make my videos, you know. And because I discovered that I spent time on the internet, on the television, watching news, you know. I discovered that I spent too much time on this stuff, you know. And even if I'm not an American guy, I don't live in America, I still follow that politics, and it's consuming me more and more. So today, after I saw that piece from Lawrence O'Donnell, I think, no, I have to stop with this. I have to make an end on this. I mean, it's not good. It's not good. It is good to know what happens in the world. It's good, especially if you are an American, you have to follow this politics. But it is good to know what is happening in the world, especially in America, because that's very important, very important. And people do not understand what I explained earlier in this live video, that everything what happens in America have consequence for the rest of the world. Yeah, so, but when I saw that piece of Lawrence O'Donnell today, it catch me very hard. And I think that guy deserves a Pulitzer Prize, but that's something else. And I decided when I was watching this piece, I have to stop consuming politics on YouTube, on my television, everywhere. And I will put it a little bit lower and to start going again with my hobby, making videos, because, you know, that's my other hobby. And that hobby is always on the first place, but not in times like this, election time, my friends, that it is. It is a very, you know, for me, it is 5 November, it is election time, 5 November in America, and much is at stake. It is not a normal election, because this election is, well, we will see what Americans will choose, and I have my choice in my head, you know, but I cannot vote in America. I'm not an American, so but I have my personal choice, and but I will not ventilate on this channel because this channel have to go about audio. So okay, so that was about why I didn't upload so many videos lately, because this politics really is consuming me. Okay, I had a little bit time with my grandkids. My daughter was a week in the Netherlands, and she asked me, "Papa, you're coming with us? You're going for a holiday this summer?" I said, "No, I stay home, and because I have many things to do. I have to make videos, blah 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 blah, and there's not one video what I made in that period. But also all what I bought, so the Canton Ergo RCLs, the Magnat all ribbon 10-piece, the fabulous Tandberg studio monitors, still upstairs, the Bose 601s, yes, the very good Bose 601s, because I think they are very good. That's why people pay so much for these speakers. I recently bought those big speakers, Yamo. Was it Yamo? No, not Yamo. Technics, those Technics speakers with those big, huge woofers. They're still upstairs. My Kenwood LS990. Fantastic speakers. I have to make them beautiful again, you know. So I didn't sold nothing from those. I bought them, but I did not resold them, because I never resell things before I make a video from them, before I make a VS test, because in the end, the thing is that if I buy something, I believe this can be very good stuff. I have to test it out against other speakers, other amplifiers, against other amplifiers, and make a video from it. And after I make a video of it, if the stuff I bought isn't what I like, or isn't as good what I had before, what I already had in my house, I resell it. This is my hobby, yeah. And I tested some stuff over here, some speakers, VS, just for myself. Didn't make videos of it, just tested to see what is good, what is not so good. And yeah, thinking about audio, how can I make my audio sounds better? Well, I think I now spinning much of Spotify, and I believe that Spotify, I have this stuff. Let me show you. I'm now spinning my music through this Blue Sound, yeah, no, you can see it, Blue Sound Node 2i, yeah. So streaming through Blue Sound Node I. But I have the feeling I missed something with this Spotify and Blue Sound Node 2i combination, you know. And some people told me, okay, you have to place a preamplifier between your power amplifier. I mean, let me show you how I spin my stuff lately, yeah. So over here you see the nut power amplifier, heavy power amplifier, my friends, 2 times 200 watt, beautiful thing. Not sure what to do with it, because now I have those Marantz 2330, 2 times 125 watt, powerful enough, yeah. And okay, so this thing, I played this amplifier with this blue sound node eye to eye, and I wasn't happy. I wasn't satisfied with the sound. And then I placed this Yamaha, this preamplifier, the CX50 between, because people told me, Andrew, you have to place a preamplifier between it. I have more preamplifiers. Over there is a preamplifier, yeah, but that is from a set. That is the Denon. When I finished, I didn't test it yet. It is working, but it needs a new bulb. I have to bring it to John, and then I will test it and resell this Denon POA 1500. Beautiful stuff. Only it needs some new blocks. But anyway, if this thing is made with hardwood new blocks, it will be more beautiful than the original, yeah, blocks. So the wooden blocks. I mean, these blocks you see here, it is damaged over here, and over here it is damaged. Over here you see my Harman Kardon. The speaker is. When I go to holiday, I bring always this. I have a big suitcase, and I always take it with me because everywhere where I go on holiday, I miss music, I miss sound. It doesn't matter where you are, which hotel, which villa there is rented, there is no sound, my friends. This is very strange. I mean, the kitchen have everything, very modern kitchens. They have a swimming pool, but no sound, no stereo set in the villas. Unbelievable, unbelievable. But yeah, I'm not sure why they do not put stereo sets. So, but that Harman Kardon, that little thing, saves me every time when I'm on holiday. It saves me. The sound isn't perfect, of course. I mean, but it is small. It fits in my suitcase, and it runs through Bluetooth, so I can play my Spotify on it. But okay, so coming back on that sound, why I am not so happy with that sound, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where I have to look. Is it Spotify, the quality of Spotify, or is it the blue sound node 2i, or is it the NAT amplifier, or is it the preamplifier what I tried out? I didn't try it out any other preamps. I have more preamps upstairs. Maybe I have to do that. Yeah, so I'm not sure where to find, because I know I'm missing something. My ears are missing something. So, and it doesn't make me really happy, that sound what I have now. So the combination Spotify with that, everybody was talking about this stuff. You have to buy, Andrew, you have to buy a blue sound node 2i. So finally I bought with my old friend Ivor. He had one for sale last year for a very good price, €200 I paid, and the new blue sound node 2i is €600-700. Come on, man, I will never buy it new, so I bought it second hand. It is a little bit dirty, but I still didn't clean it, but I know how to clean it. I have Simon gave me the tip how to clean it. So anyway, I'm missing some sound, and it doesn't make me happy. The sound I have now doesn't make me happy, and I'm not sure where to point the finger. I have to try maybe different amplifiers, maybe the 2330, the Marantz 2330 will make that change. Soon I will pick up in Simon's place the Pioneer SX1250. The SX1250, my friends, you know what it is? The SX1250 is a monster receiver from 1978, 26 or 27 kilo, 2 times 160 watt. It doesn't have a normal size, like 44 centimeters. No, it is a huge thing. And Simon completely recapped that one for me, so I have to pick it up. I also have in his house, but he didn't recap that one completely, a Pioneer SX950. Yeah, that one is a 2 times 85 watt. Yeah, 85 watt. Yeah, that one have a value these days, 1100 euro. Those Pioneers, those receivers are these days very expensive. Yeah. So what did I notice the last few years? One brand particularly, one brand I am already advertising on my channel for a long, long time. The Sansui G series. If you see what happened with the price of the Sansui G series, and then I'm not talking about the small ones. So you have the Sansui G2000, you have the Sansui G3000. Well, Sansui G3000 at the moment does 300 euro. 300 euro. That is, this is a 2 times 26 watt receiver, the Sansui G3000, yeah, 2 times 26 watt. So the same as a Marantz 2226, yeah, also 2 times 26 watt. So if you compare it with a Marantz 2226, you see that the price of a Sans of the G3000 and the 2226 are at the moment equal. 2 years ago, the price of a G3000 was below that 2226. Now they are equal. But the big changes, the big differences you see today is with the more heavy receivers. So starting with the G5000. Well, the G5000, I mean, how much power that thing have? Well, I think around 2 times 50 watts. So it is equal as a Marantz 2252, yeah, 2250B, yeah, so equal. And that Marantz at the moment have a price from, yeah, 500 euro. But that Sansui G5000 at the moment have a price from 1000 euro, double. Probably, because I follow these things, probably you didn't know that. And if you go even bigger, so the Sansui G7000, yeah, G7000 have a power from 2 times 80 watt, yeah. So almost equal as a Marantz 2275. Also, that price is more than double, second hand, more than double. And if you go to a Sansui G8000, or let's G9000. So the G9000 at the moment have a price from 3000 euro minimum. The G9000, 3000 euro, 2 times 160 watt. Yeah. And let's start with the I bought a Marantz 2330. That one is 2 times 125 watt the channel. Yeah, Marantz 2330. Imagine that machine in front of you, 2330. 2 times 125 watt. Beautiful machine, beautiful heavy machine. Yeah. That Marantz is equal in power, yeah, in power, not in looks, not in second-hand price, but in power, as a Sansui G8000. Sansui G8000 is 2 times 120 watts, so you can say equal. But if you see the price of a Sansui G8000 at the moment, my friends, you have to pay at the moment, I think, 2,500 euro for G8000, 2 times more. And the reason is because They are very rare, but also a 2330, not a 2330B. There are more 2330Bs on the market, but a 2330, so without the B, is very, but very rare. Yeah. But I believe the Sansui G8000 is even harder to find. So maybe that is the price difference, because also that Sansui is the Sansui G8000 have a higher second-hand price than the Sansui G8000, yeah, or the Marantz. And before 5 years, so 5 years ago, if this is Sansui and this is Marantz, the second-hand prices were like this, you know. So the Marantzes were always more expensive as those Sansui G series. I'm only talking about the G series now, yeah? But at the moment, the Marantzes went up a little bit, yeah, in those 4 years, 5 years. But, so 4 years ago, they were like this, you know? And now they are like this. The Marantz was a little bit more expensive, but the Sansui G series is now like this. This is what happens. This is what I'm trying to explain you. I do not have one G series at the moment. I brought my Sansui G901DB for Simon to repair. And then he wanted to buy it from me. I said, okay, you can have it, you know. I regret that now because the value is doubled, you know, since. So, of course, I regret it. Money loss, my friends. Not only money loss, but okay, he still didn't repair it. These things are hard to repair. I mean, the Pioneer SX1250 is easy to recap, but don't try a G Series 9000 to recap. It's a hard thing to recap. It's not easy. So he didn't finish that yet, but it is his now. So, yeah. And I have to pick up. So I'm very curious, maybe if I connect that SX1250, because according to many, and I mean, you have that, the very best, no, not the very best, it's not the very best, the most expensive Pioneer receiver ever built is the Pioneer SX 1980, so 1980. Yeah, that's the most expensive, most beautiful, that's true, most beautiful receiver Pioneer ever built. Yeah, a few years ago, you could score them for 3,000 euro. Yeah, but now, I think you are lucky if you can find one for 5,000 or 6,000 euro, because they are very expensive. But according to many, almost all repair guys, the best Pioneer receiver ever built is the SX1250. Because the 1980 have issues. Issues the SX1250 doesn't have. Yeah. Of course, the SX 1980 is more powerful, yeah, but isn't two times 160 watt channel, is that not enough? I think for many it will be enough. Let me see, I have some comments over here. Hey, good evening, morning, bro. Hey, hello, impending doom. Good morning to you. Vitek, I understand too. I'm a huge fan of your page, Chris. Thank you, Chris. My favorite is the swimsuit ones. Come on, man. Don't talk about this. I'm talking about a little bit about politics and why. This is how my video started. Why I didn't make videos so long, because that politics is really. I don't know if you can imagine that politics can consume a person so much, but it does with me, you know. And it eats me, you know, and because if it is good politics from both sides, it wouldn't have an impact on me. But in this case, since 8 years, you have a bad guy, a bad guy who entered the politics, and it's consuming me, okay? But anyway, we go back on this Pioneer SX1250. So I am afraid to call Simon to ask if my SX1250 already ready, finished. You already repaired. Because I'm waiting for that thing already 2 years, and according to him, when I talked with him a few months ago, 2 months ago, and I talked with him between, but I don't ask him if it is ready already. He told me by this time it should be ready, but I don't know. The guy is busy. The guy is busy with other things, and not sure if he found the time to finish my SX1250. But I believe, my friends. The problem what I have, the issues what I have with my sound at the moment, that I'm not happy. I'm not happy with that nut. Okay, that nut is not an expensive thing. I think it second-hand price is about 600-700 euro. It is a mint one. Yeah. And of course, you cannot compare this thing with a Pioneer SX1250 with a price from 3,000 euro. You cannot compare that price, and also not the sound. That Pioneer SX1250 will eat this nut. Also that Marantz 2330 will eat this nut. You understand? That's the price difference. I mean, come on, man. And this nut I had for free. I don't know if you... Hey, I didn't post that video yet. I have to post that video. When I bought this nut, why I had this thing for free is because I bought those BMW speakers for a bargain in Belgium, and I resold those BMW speakers because one of the tweeters wasn't working, and they were big, huge. I resold them as fast as I could, too big. Same like the huge caps I had in my house. Those reference speakers, they're too big in my house. Also, those Tandberg speakers are big, but I will not resell them fast because they are special. They are one of the best studio monitors ever built. The first Tandberg studio monitors I had in my house, I was not happy with the sound. No. Because, my friends, I explained that over and over again, they are studio monitors. And a studio monitor isn't built to make the sounds better in your living room, to give you the optimal sound pleasure. The studio monitor is a working tool. It's a working tool for the studio. So, that's the purpose of a studio monitor. It's not the purpose from a studio monitor. So when I made that video from that Tandberg studio monitor, I already resold the thing. One studio engineer from London reacted on that video, and he told in that reaction that yes, I have that same Tandberg studio monitor in my studio, and you can compare that Tandberg studio monitor with if you have to buy the same quality as the Tandberg studio monitor today in the shop, it will cost you 8,000 euro. So this good is this Tandberg studio monitor still today for the studio. Yeah. But he also explained in that same piece or comment, that he would never use that studio monitor in his house because it doesn't sound good. It isn't made for the living room. And many people buy these days, these are not only these Tandberg studio monitors, but other studio monitors for the living room. But I don't know what these people, I cannot understand, but I have a broad mind, so I try to live in their mind, you know. Sometimes I think, what is wrong with these people? And then I start thinking, why do these people, some people prefer studio monitors in their living room instead of hi-fi speakers, you know. And then I came to the conclusion, okay, a studio monitor let you hear the sound like it is recorded, you know, the recorded sound. It doesn't, for me, I don't want to hear that sound. It is too flat. You understand? It is too flat. I like my bass, I like my depth, I like my dynamic, you know. And I admit that the Heiko, they are very dynamic, maybe a little bit too much. Yeah, yeah. And that's why I'm still looking for better speakers, because I know that my Heikos are too dynamic, too. The bass is so overwhelming deep that it is too much for my little living room, you know. But even though I still love that sound the best, but I know they're not perfect. I know they're a little bit too. You know, everything what is too is not good. So, but and those Tanbeck studio monitors I still have. I bought them. You all saw the Scorens video. I paid very cheap for them, very cheap. Of course, they are not beautiful, but who cares? Who cares? But I know that those Tanbecks, they are on the completely other side of those Heikos. So and everything what is between, I mean the Canton Ergo RCLs, beautiful speakers. I mean if your wallet isn't this big, you know, then those Cantons are terrific speakers. Those Canton Ergo Rs. I don't understand why you can buy them. These few years ago they were 600, 700 euro. These days you can find them for 400, 500 euro. I mean, you have excellent speakers in your house for 500 euro. Okay, then I have the Magnat All Ribbon 10P. I already tested them, you know, VS, all of them. But I'm not gonna tell you now, because then what's the point for making videos if I already tell you which one is the best? I will let you discover that yourself when I make those videos, you know, and then my explanation will come. So I'm not gonna tell you now which speaker. You know, it's a very nice combination, my friends. The Canton Argo RCL, famous speaker. The Bose 601 I have upstairs. The Magnat All Ribbon 10P. And the speaker what doesn't belong, because it is a studio monitor, but according to many, I'm the wrong guy. It is a perfect living room speaker, but is not the case, but according to many, you know. But one of the best studio monitors ever built, yeah, the Tanbeck studio monitor. So those 4 speakers, and if I count my Heikos, Heiko the Statements, I have 5 tremendous speakers, Okay, the Heiko the Statements I leave out because they are different price class. I mean, around 1,800 euro second hand these days, yeah. So those 4 speakers are about in this, well, the Magnats you can find for 250 euro. The Cantons 400 or 500. The Tanbeck studio monitors, they have a price tag these days, price tags 1,100-1,200 euro, yeah, if they are. I think mine are around 1,000 because they're not that beautiful. And those Bose are around 700, 800 euros. So, you know, they come close. Not really close, but they come close. And it will be nice when I make those videos, you know. When I saw that video on MSNBC from Lawrence O'Donnell today on MS, and yesterday he had also a fantastic piece. I will place both links. And I discovered when I watched that video back 3 times, my friends. The video from Lawrence O'Donnell today. 3 times I had to watch it back. And I thought, what I'm doing, a piece from 19 minutes, almost 20 minutes. Watch it 3 times an hour. That politics is consuming me. So then I made the decision, hey, stop doing this, wasting your time on politics. You cannot change nothing in the world. You can watch what you want. And you can have your opinion, but you cannot change nothing because I'm not a vote. I cannot vote on one of those people there in America, and only wasting my time. So today I made the decision to stop following politics, but I do not think I can do it half. I have to stop completely. If I do something, I always go inside very deep in it, and I do not think I can say to myself, you know what, watch, follow politics for 30 minutes or 1 hour a day. I do not think I'm able to do that. Once I start watching politics, I'm going in, and it's hard. So now I said to myself today on my balcony, I was watching that thing. Stop with politics. Go on with your normal hobby. Let me see. What do you think about all the Bose systems, from acoustic wave to wave systems, sound doc 10301? Well, the 301 I heard many years ago, the Bose 301 many years ago, when I was a young man from 20, 21 years old. I heard them, a friend of mine had those Bose. I heard them in his house, and I thought they were sounding good, but that was many years ago. I really do not have a clue today, if I had those Bose 301s today, how I would compare them if I didn't hear them, after so many years, how I would place them, how I would compare them with other speakers. It is too long ago for me, because his speakers were hanging in two corners, in the corners and on the ceilings, So they sound okay, but I do not have a clue how those Bose speakers, if I will test them VS, how I would test them, they are not interesting for me to buy. I'm more a person who goes for the top of the line, so the 601. No, the 601 is not top of the line, but the thing is, I discovered many years ago, up till today, that the Bose 601 is very expensive. I was told, why is that Bose so expensive? Now, people do not pay so much money for a speaker what isn't good, so still upstairs. I bought it, brought them to my house, placed them in my hallway. They are still upstairs because I simply do not have the room to test them here. First, I don't know how, I have too many speakers, my friend, too many speakers to test. So I have to test those Bose. I still have to test them. But they are promising because I'm not a Bose fan, I don't like Bose, but these Bose, the 601s, should be very good because of the second-hand price, The second-hand price never lie. Sometimes second-hand prices lie, because those amplifiers with VU meters are very popular. Those Technics. I made a video from that. The price of those Technics, those plastic-made receive or power amplifiers, you know, with the big view meters, the white with the white background, they're too expensive because the sound isn't good. Yeah, you have those better ones, those more expensive with the metal fronts, but the plastic things. But the price they ask, unbelievable. Can we see them, please? Okay, I will show you. I will show you what I have now. Okay, what do I have now? Okay, so these are the Tanberg Studio monitors. Yeah, I cannot. I had them before. I do not know how to. Well, let me find something sharp to take out this thing. Well, how can I take out this? Well, maybe with this thing. Let me see. Wow, I have to be careful. I'm going to show you what I mean. The Tanberg Studio monitors, how they look like. Yeah. Oh, I already damaged over here. You see? I'm terrible. And they are not beautiful. They are not beautiful. You can see on top they are not beautiful, but who cares? This is the Tanberg Studio monitors, my friends. And this is why they are so good. And here say frequency response is 25 hertz. Okay, I do not hear that. That's the problem. 25, here it says it starts with 25 hertz. Yeah. But the thing is, I do not hear that back because 25 hertz is very deep. And then you have my magnets. So I can tell you one thing, my magnets, so the Alreben 10P, and they are beautiful. They are beautiful, beautiful, my friends. Watch them. They go much deeper than these Tanbergs. So for one reason, these studio monitors do not have dynamics because that's what a studio monitor should be. It shouldn't have dynamics at all because it is made for the studio as a working tool. And then of course here we have, I bought them back. Well, I will not take it off. My Canton Ergo RCLs and of course my beloved Heiko statement. Yeah. So, and then upstairs I have the Bose 601. So I have to see which of these speakers, and then I he has this nut here. I don't know what it is. What is the problem with the nut or with this thing, the Blue Sound Noder, or with Spotify? I do not have a clue why this combination doesn't make me happy. No, I don't have a clue. It's just the sound, I think, the sound of the nut. The nut is a power amplifier. Yeah, big power, beautiful thing. Yeah, I think I'm misled by the looks because it isn't the looks I normally prefer. I prefer vintage, but a vintage look. But for some reason, this nut is a beautiful thing, and so for what it is, power amplifier from 1996, 1998, I think, yeah. And for some reason, I start loving the looks from this thing for simplicity. The two handles in front. Yeah, the building quality. If you open the hood, you see how it is built. I love the way how they, they arrange things inside. Beautiful, beautiful inside and beautiful outside. And not sure. A combination of that made me start loving this power amplifier. But for one reason, the sound isn't the sound what I'm looking for. So I have to do the tests what I made here. between all these speakers, I have to do them over again with another amplifier. I think if Simon already repaired Pioneer SX1250, I will try it with the SX1250 and the Marantz recently bought two of them, my friends, the Marantz 2330. One of them, yeah, I have to test them out. So two of these two receivers, I think, yeah, I do not have a Sansui G series anymore. That is a pity. Yeah, that would be a perfect tester. Yeah. So anyway, I cannot. Lyndon, I cannot give you a good answer about the 301, the Bose 301. Yeah. So it's too long ago for me. That today I can say, okay, they sound like this. When I am hearing your experience regarding the vintage golden things, it's goosebumps. You are very lucky. God, yes, I'm a lucky guy. I'm a lucky guy that I can fill my house with audio stuff but let's be honest, my friends. You can one set of speakers, one amplifier should be enough to make you happy. You do not need all this stuff. So why I have all this stuff? I don't know. I don't know, because I am, I am one of those people that started with this hobby, and this hobby consumes me, like politics consumes me. And if you like this hobby, I like this hobby so much. So the vintage stuff, not the modern stuff. The modern stuff is something else. It can also be a hobby, if you are a guy who is only in modern stuff, I mean, not older as 20 years, yeah, then that can also be a hobby, but on a different level, I am the vintage lover because of first of all, of the beauty of these things. The thing that a vintage period never comes back. That sounds never come in not one modern amplifier. You can discover that vintage sound. I had several modern things over here. Enough to tell you that in not one modern amplifier you can find that vintage sound. You can hear that vintage sound, and that is, I don't. They can make it. They can make that vintage sound, but why they do not make it? Or maybe they can't. I don't know. I'm not a technician, my friends. Not sure why those things from the 70s sounded so good. I'm not sure. I do not have a reason. I do not have a clue. I'm not a technician, so I do not like that analytic sound. I mean, there are people in the world who say to me, my neighbor Ivor is one of them, and I do not agree with him, but he is a tube lover. For him, tube amplifiers are the best, and I do not agree with him, but he doesn't agree with me. So it will always be, because sound is not a science. I mean, sound, I explained to you many times, sound is not a science. One is saying this sound is the best, and the other one saying the completely opposite. No, this sound is the best. You cannot measure sound. It is not a scientific fact, can never be it, because sound is consumed by ears, and every ear, what is connected with your brains, experience sounds different. So what I'm telling you, if I make a test over here, a sound test between speakers, My friends, it is just my personal view. Maybe when you were sitting here and did the same test, your outcome will be completely different, because it is your ears and your brains are different than me, so you consume different than me. So sound will be always, personal. Anyway, when I'm hearing you, regard, okay, in impending doom, you can always use room treatment. Well, room treatment, my friends, that means I have to place carpet on my floor, carpet, and because carpet make a huge difference. I know that because when I place my speakers in my bedroom where I have carpet, oh, those speakers, those Tandberg studio monitors, yeah, I think when I would have had carpet in my living room, I think those studio monitors will beat the Heikos, because the bass from in a carpet on a carpet floor goes much deeper. Then probably I would love those Tandberg speakers more than my Heikos, because my Heikos will be too deep, much. They're already too deep, but with a carpet floor, they would be too deep, So, and I discovered that in my. So, if I'm selling, let me explain you a trick for me. So, if I'm selling speakers what are not very bass heavy, I sell them upstairs in my hall room, because in my hall room I have carpet. They sound a little bit deeper over there, So if people come to buy speakers what I do not like, I place them upstairs in my in my hallway, and then I know they will be satisfied with the bass because it's carpet. I'm not stupid. I know all the tricks. I mean, if you go to a audio shop, a good audio shop. I mean, we have several in the Netherlands. Every room is treated, because they know if they want to sell speakers from 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, the only way to let them sound perfect is if the room is perfect. So I know what is room treatment, but for me, no. I like the way my house is, and I'm not planning to do any treatment at all. And that is stubborn. You can call me stubborn, but that's how I am. Yeah, I know I have to. You see, I lost many kilos. Correct. I already lost 20 kilo, my friends. And I know that I have to walk every day 45 minutes, and if I do that every day, I need to lose 20 more kilos. I can lose those 20 more kilos in 3 months, but I'm stubborn, lazy, do not do that. So, I know things, but to carry them out is something else, So I do not will do room treatment. Is it laziness? No, I do not think. I think I like my living room. I do not want carpet first. I do not want carpet on my floor, never. If I would change something, if I would replace my tile floor, I would take a wooden floor. Yeah, but not carpet. Well, cycling in the Netherlands is fantastic. I have a bike, but I never ride my bike. And I also learned when I was 40 years, I learned skilers. You know skilers? I'm not very good at it, but I just bought new skilers for my daughter's birthday, and then I remember, okay, when I was in Dubai, you didn't have places for bicycles, so you can also not skier over there. So that thing is a big miss from Dubai. You cannot drive. You don't in the Netherlands, everywhere in the Netherlands you have lanes, special lanes for only bicycles. Yeah. And on those same lanes you can skier. But in Dubai you do not have those. You have beautiful roads, but not for skiers or bicycles. So that's what I miss over there. But in the Netherlands, it's made for bicycles. In the Dutch, so Suzine Dran reacted, in the Dutch country, Philips is the authentic, old and classic brand. Why you don't talk about Philips? Well, I know one thing. Philips made fantastic, but fantastic sounding speakers. Only they are not beautiful. They are looking very bad. But the sound is, you can find small, cheap Philips speakers on the market today, my friends, 50 euros, 75 euros, sounding is fantastic. You know, really, but really, I'm not lying to you. They made some fantastic speakers, and but the audio gear, you have that laboratory series. They are very expensive, too expensive for me. So not sure how that sounds. And the regular stuff, Philips was a hell of an innovator. They discovered the CD. They discovered many things. But yeah, at the moment, Philips was very big employer with 400,000 employers all over the world, believe me. And yeah, when something is too big, they are doomed to fail. You know, if they have different branches, they had too many branches. They were in lamps, in shaving equipment, in this and that and this, so they lost sight. You know, so that's why they failed at a certain moment. But okay, Sony, so IPTV Serbia, Sony 1055 ES monoblock 308 ohm in mono, very good. Sony made some terrific stuff. Sony is no, I'm not interested in tube amps, not really, you know. I mean, first of all, they consume much electricity. Second of all is that if I would place, I already had placed that, you know, Sony a tube amp on my Heikos. They go too deep. They already go deep, then they go much too deep. And tube amplifiers, they are okay. They are not bad, you know. It all depends which speakers you have. I mean, if you have neutral sounding speakers and you love the sound of those speakers and you want to have a little more dynamic, because tube amplifiers are amplifying the dynamic. You understand what I mean? So if you need more dynamic and you place a tube amplifiers, you will like those speakers more. But if you already have very dynamic speakers, then that dynamic will be overwhelming. It's also not good. You need to have a balance. That's why I'm still not 100% satisfied with my Heiko the statement. They are the best speakers I have, according to me. Yeah, I have. Of course, there are better speakers, but what I have, they are the best speakers at the moment. But I think I'm still looking for other speakers. I think they have too much dynamics, too much bass, too much. Is the balance good? I miss a little bit mids. I wish that the mids were higher. Of course, you can change that in the filter. You know, you can change that in the filter. If I was a technician, I know I can make this Heiko the statement sound much better with different pots, with quality pots, expensive pots. Yeah, I can let these echoes sounds much better. But is that the thing I want? No, I want them like them they are. I thought about it for a while. Why not place different pots inside? But you know how expensive those pots are. So if it was 200, 250 euro, or 300, so 150, the speaker, 300 euro, probably I would have in different, in more expensive German pots. Yeah, then the sound will be probably become what I like, but you will not, you cannot change those pots for 300 euro, my friends. I think it will cost you at least 800 to 1000 euro. That's too much, my friends. So, bonjour de France, Patrick. Bonjour de France. Bonjour, Patrick. The Sony E900 9000 ES, well, never had that one, so I cannot give you my opinion. The Sansui AUX501, I have one upstairs for many years, and I can say it sounds fantastic. It's a fantastic, the 501, they are cheap now. The AUX501 is a very cheap amplifier, but in principle, you know, if music, you just want to have a good amplifier, you don't have much money, then that X501 will make you very happy, believe me. So, do you like Japanese audio gear or German? Well, I have here, I bought it back. I'm gonna show you. And what you see over here are bags. I have these bags yesterday from AliExpress, and so what you see over here is the ITT Hi-Fi 833. No, I connected this amplifier on several speakers. Just try it. I love this amplifier. Yeah, it is not connected now, but it is a beautiful amplifier. I had this is the 33. I had the 8032 before. This time I have a double power. Yeah, so. And I bought two of them. I bought these ones, you know, I bought two of them. And why I bought two of them? I bought this, I have this 1 month in my house. Because these have screws, what you can see. I bought this thing for, you won't believe it, I bought it for €22.50 on AliExpress. The difference is that the older type, what I bought for €32, you can do this, you see? Yeah, you can see. And this one doesn't. It doesn't. You cannot move it. You see on the back side over here, you cannot move it. But I need. You see, and this one, you see the difference. You can move. Yeah, but I tried this thing out and it works perfectly. What's this? What's this machine, my friends? Okay, but I can switch. So this one also fits on this one. So this head also fits on that head, and this head is more easy to clean. It is connected with magnets. You pull this thing out under the water, and it is clean. And the other side under the water, and it is clean. Very simple, very easy. So. But why I bought two? So the thing is, why one of my older ones, where is it? It is not here, I think. Yeah, this is the older one. This is the older type. So this was the combination I bought for €32. Yeah, and this is the combination I bought for €22. Yeah, so the thing so these heads you have to clean every week, in my case, because I have to shave every day, and I have a bald head. If you only use this thing for your face, you can clean it in once every 2-3 weeks. Yeah. But if you are too late with cleaning, the machine have to work harder. That's why this thing failed. It broke down because it worked too hard, because I didn't clean the head on time. That's why I bought 2 of these, But now I try to clean them every week. Every 5-6 days I try to clean them, But why I was not satisfied with this one? Because the battery life is only, when they advertise it have a battery life of 90 minutes. That's a lie. That's a big lie. It only have a battery life of around 50 minutes, and in a very short period you see that battery is going to degrade. It is weaker and weaker. At a certain moment, after 2 or 3 years, you can only shave one time, and then you have to reload it again, or to load the battery again to power. So, and the thing is, I would change the battery inside, the best battery what you can find, so it can last for 12-15 years. But there are no any screws to open this thing. So you have to break this thing open. That's the problem. And this thing has screws. You see, over here, one screw, over here, screw, and here. So you can always change the battery inside with these screws when you open the screws. That's why I bought 2. And I think when this battery is very weak at a certain moment, I will open the thing and I will solder a new battery inside, and this thing will last forever. Forever. For 22 euro, my friends. And I prefer this, I told you before, over Philips, because Philips has only 3 heads, and if you have a bald head, it will take me too long time to shave my head with only 3 heads. This thing goes very fast, especially if you just clean the heads. The thing is, my head, my face, it is finished in 5 minutes. This fast is the shaver, and the price 22 euro 50 is a big joke. Yeah, it's a big joke. And you can change the battery because of these screws. So this is the latest model with the screws on top. That's why I bought this one for 22 euro 50. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff, my friends. And this one, yeah, you cannot open it, You cannot open it. So anyway, come back to my GBL E100. Well, I had the GBL E100 speakers, nothing special, no. Modern GBLs, nothing special. Do I like, well, Germany made some fantastic stuff, but I prefer the Japanese stuff. Amplitude Akai 8030. Merci beaucoup. Well, Patrick, you can ask what you want. I am here to answer your question if I am able to answer your question. And I'm happy to be recording again. So since many months, I just told you the start of this video that, well, it was not only politics. I was also, for 1 week, it was only 1 week, I came back from Dubai and I was busy with other stuff, and then in May I had my grandchildren again, and I will see them next week. They come to the Netherlands, yeah, and for 1 week, and this year I will not. I already made the plan. I already told my daughter I'm invited to come with them to Dubai, but I told them no, I will not go to Dubai. I love Dubai. It's a beautiful, fantastic place, really a fantastic place, but in a way, I already lost last year, and this year I want to stay in the Netherlands just because I want to work on my YouTube channel, be more with my hobby, because I really miss that hobby, when I was in Dubai. And so I made a choice, not this winter, maybe a month maximum, not 3 months anymore, maximum 1 month. I will go to Dubai, and so that's my plan. Because yeah, I have the most fantastic hobby in the world. I believe. I'm not sure. Maybe some guys have other hobbies. Not sure, but I think for a man, because this, well, even a woman can have this hobby. But I think I have the most fantastic hobby in the world, especially last last year prices dropped from vintage audio equipment. I'm not sure if that happened everywhere in the world, but in the Netherlands prices dropped, and partly this is because of well, the corona crisis, my friend. In the corona crisis took away many elderly people. Yeah, those one, so that generation, those elder generation above 65 years, they were hit by this virus, and people do not talk about this, uh, but if you go deep in this in this stuff, you discover that elderly people were hit, and what happened. Some of those people had audio equipment, and what do the rest of the family when this man die? What do they do with this stuff? They bring it on the market to sell, because they do not have a connection with this audio stuff. So much stuff from those elderly people what died in 2 years. So many elders died in 2 years in the same period. What if Corona wouldn't be there, they would die maybe 10 or 15 years later. Yeah, all that stuff came on the market in the same time. So at a certain moment, the market was fluid with vintage stuff, with audio stuff, because vintage stuff and audio stuff, that hobby is more popular, yeah, with older people, because they have nostalgic with this stuff. Many younger people do not have a connection at all with audio stuff. 40 years ago, not every young person, but many young people have had a connection with audio stuff, because that was the thing between 1970 and 1980. That was audio. You didn't have computers, you didn't have mobile phones, you didn't have tablets, you didn't have gaming computers. You only had audio. And that's why audio was much more popular than audio is now by younger people. For them, for younger people, that Bluetooth speaker I have over there is enough, or a center speaker below the television. They are set with a woofer, yeah, with some satellites probably. This is for most people, most younger people, enough. They are satisfied. They already spent their money to computers, tablets, laptops, phones. They know I mean, the younger generation is the generation, the unlucky generation, they say, because they they cannot buy. I mean, when I was young, everybody had, when there was 20, 21, you could find a house very cheap. You could rent a house very cheap. And we didn't have debts, when we were 20 years old. So I talk about 40 years ago. But the younger generation is full with debts. They all have a mobile phone. And a mobile phone. They have this, and they don't buy mobile phones for €100 like I do. They buy phones for €1,000, my friends. But they have other priorities in their mind. So music, sound is not on air, but somewhere, So the elder generation is, died too young, too fast in that Corona time. So the market was flooded by audio stuff. That's why vintage stereo is now so cheap. And for us audio lovers, is that an opportunity that at the moment there's a windows, listen to this word, a window of opportunity. You know what this is? A window of opportunity. At the moment there is a window of opportunity where you can score your vintage audio cheap. And if you think, okay, maybe they will become even cheaper, forget it. At the moment, if you want to score vintage audio, if you have a model in your head, okay, I want that model, but it's a little bit too expensive, huh? And the prices dropped a little bit. Maybe I have to wait a little bit longer, so they are even more, I can buy it even more cheaper. Do not hesitate, my friend, because that windows of opportunity, I just explain you how that windows of opportunity came in the world because of the Corona. Yeah. Soon that window of opportunity will close and prices are normal again and start rising again. So that's why if you're smart, you are an audio lover, do not take the risk. If you want something and you can still find them cheap, buy it now, because next year or in 2 years it can be all different again, my friends. So I just explain you why audio vintage. I mean, I'm making videos now for 12 years. If you see what price it did the last 12 years, what's this? This is what happened with the price from vintage audio gear, vintage audio stuff. There was not one moment in those last 12 years or 13 years that you have a dip, like the stock market do. And the stock market goes like this, to do like this, buy, sell, and in the end, it goes higher, but it always have dips. But there was not one moment in those 13 years you had a dip. Only the last 1.5 years you have a dip. A dip? Yeah, a reasonable dip, my friends. I mean, audio gear is, I think, 20% cheaper, 25% cheaper than before the Corona crisis, 25%. Is it much? No, not 25%. Yeah, well, it can be 20. It isn't much, because in those 30 years, prices went up about 250, 300% in those 13 years. 250, 300%. Yeah. So when you have a drop from 25%, yeah, and not everything is cheaper. Some things, never had a dip. Some things in the last 4 years went just followed the line and never had a dip, but for some items I saw a dip, especially the cheaper stuff. The cheaper vintage stuff, so the things you can buy for 200 in the past, now you can find for 150 euro. Yeah. For things what costed 500 in the past, you can now find for 400 euro. So in the past, I mean 4 years ago, so before Corona time. And but some stuff didn't aren't cheaper. They are more expensive than before Corona time. They are more expensive, like those Sansui G series. I don't know. What the thing is with the Sansui G series? I didn't have at all, but I had the 7,000, I had the 9,000, yeah, and the 7,500. So I had three monsters, yeah. The sound, my friends, the sound of a Sansui G7, so probably also the 8,000. I had an 8,000, but was a broken one. So I had four big ones, but the 8,000 was a broken one. So I cannot judge that thing. But the three, I had the 7,000, the 7,500, and the 9,000. Yeah, or the 901 dB. The sound of these three is just fantastic. You don't, if you ever buy one of these or receivers, yeah, I think you're there. That's the end line of your hunting. You will not hunt for a better sound because there is almost no better sound, my friends. Yeah, maybe if you want to spend 15 or 20,000 euro for an amplifier, maybe. But, okay, they already expand a G9000. That's the reason why they are now so expensive. Because people discovered that sound, that G series sounds. I have other Sansuis. I mean, that is also I have the Sansui. Let me see the X911 DG, the duck inside, also fantastic. Only this one needs recapping. That one is in 1980, 84, 85, 86, not sure. Also fantastic sound. Yeah. Fantastic. But yeah, my friend. The Accuphase E202. That one never dropped in price. Still rising in price. The Sansui E202. Yeah. So I have to go to the dentist. I see it's now 13:22, and in 1.5 hour I have a dentist appointment. So that's the reason why not everything, because, and I'm not sure about the SX1250. I will be honest to you. I heard, when I bought the thing, I heard it for a moment in my house. I connected it and I heard the sound for a moment, but it needed recapping. So I'm not sure, not 100% sure. But what I heard when I bought that Pioneer SX1250 was overwhelming. But I can only be 100% sure when I have it in my house. But I believe it will be in the same league as that G9000. They have the same power, not the same beautiful loop speed, because they are different. That taste is, is personal. But I believe that, well, maybe it can even sound better than the G9000. Not sure. If I have it back from that complete recapping, then I will let you know. So Ron de Groot, you owned a G. Come on, man, you owned a G33. Hey, Ron, am I right about the Sansui G? Okay, you had a G33,000. Am I right? I'm not sure why you sold it, because probably you made a lot of a profit, a big profit, because that is the thing everybody who is in vintage audio, I think on top of even the, now maybe not the Marantz lovers, because Marantz lovers only wants Marantz, but on top of the neutral vintage audio lover, Ron, I think the G33,000 is on top on, I mean, it's not even on my list, because I know I cannot afford a receiver like this. A receiver like this will cost these days above 10,000 euro. I mean, come on, 10,000 euro. No, it's not 6,000, Ron. You're absolutely wrong. Sorry, I'm not sure where you can find a G33,000 for 6,000. You know, a Pioneer SX 1980 is 6,000 at the moment. So how can you compare a Pioneer 1980 with a Sansui G33,000? How can you compare those two? Okay, Pioneer is the... I never heard a 1980, but I cannot imagine that a Pioneer 1980 can sound better as a well, I don't know. I had the 9000. Yeah, the 9000 was already a monster. And the 9000 at the moment, the price is 3,500. Yeah. You cannot find a 9000 for 2,000 euro anymore. People who think they can buy or score a G9000 for 2,000, they're dreaming. That time is long gone. Not long, but you know, the last 2 years, 3 years, this is the price what it, you know, everybody wants that. Yeah, Macintosh is expensive. But Ron, tell me honest, isn't the G33,000 the best thing you ever heard? I just want your comment here. I think it's the best thing you ever heard in your life. I never heard it. But if it is equal, it should be equal as the 9000, and probably, I'm sure it will be even sounds better. Yes, I am right. Yes. Even if Ron, come on, man. You never heard the G33,000 and you sold it immediately to make a profit. Come on, man. You should have played with it for at least 6 months before selling it. Come on, man. It was a chance. Yeah, I mean, I would be the same. If I could score a G33,000 today, and a fool would offer it for 3,000 or 4,000 euro, I would buy it immediately. But I would not sell it immediately. I think I would play with it for a year, for 2 years, and then after those 1 or 2 years, I would resell it for my part. I would enjoy that thing, man. Come on, man. So how can you say I'm right if you never heard it? So it's just, you know, you can hardly find somebody or speak with a person who really had the G3000 or the SX 1980, because those things are so rare, so expensive that, yeah, it was even when they were in the shop in that period. And believe me, you cannot buy them for you cannot buy around. If you think you can buy a G series 33,000 for 6,000 these days, you are completely wrong. That's the price of a G22,000. That's the price, 6,000. For a G22,000, you have to pay 10,000 minimum. these days, believe me. Believe me. Maybe if it is an ugly, worn out thing, maybe you can find it for 6,000. But a mint one, 10,000. Easy. Okay, you see me smoking cigarettes, new cigarettes. They're not cigars, but the thing is, a normal package of cigarettes in the Netherlands at the moment cost €12. €12 for 20 cigarettes. So, or 13 US dollar. 13 US dollar for a package of cigarettes, 20 cigarettes. And because these have tobacco outside, they only cost €3.40. The brand is Texas. And they are very good. They are very nice, and that's why I'm smoking now these things. So normal cigarette inside, but the outside is cigar. What's that? €3.40 the package. VS normal cigarettes, €12. And the choice is easily made if you are a smoker. Yeah. Okay. So, but Roderick, a Macintosh, the thing is, a Macintosh is too expensive. And there goes the subway. Yeah, this is the view I have from my house. Always happening something. I enjoy my balcony in summertime very much because I always enjoy the view, people walking by, and you know, and especially these days I put my headphone on. That that Apple headphone, that terrific headphone I found in Dubai on a bench, deserted, alone. Headphone from €600. I so much enjoy that headphone. But yeah, would I ever spend 600 for a headphone? No. But when I prefer speakers always above headphones. But when I'm sitting on my balcony, I have my headphones on, and I enjoy the sound. And when I'm in the subway to my mother, because I do not drive my car to the city anymore. Every time when I have to go to the dentist, and the dentist is also in the center of the city. I take the subway. The subway stops just in front of my house. So why would I take the car? I mean, parking costs here €3.85 the hour, and the subway back and forth only cost me €5. So, and when I visit my mother, I visit her 2 times a week in the center. I always stay 6-7 hours. So 6-7 hours times €3.85 the hour for parking is too much, my friends. So that's why I take the subways these days. Macintosh. I never had a Macintosh. I heard Macintosh, but I cannot tell you how it sounds. For the simple reason I could not do VS tests over there. It is too expensive. Maybe it is not too expensive. Maybe it is worth the price they're asking. But I'm going to tell you one thing about what I know about Macintosh. So I had that Sansui 901, that broken one. Yeah. I sold it to a guy, and that guy had a lot of Macintosh stuff, the best of the best Macintosh stuff he had in his house. Because I talked with him. So the guy who bought that Sansui from me, he did a fully recap. We have here in the Netherlands a Sansui specialist. He only recaps Sansui stuff. And after a few months, he mailed me because I asked him, please, if the thing is finished, please mail me because I want to know your findings, vs your other stuff, your Macintosh stuff in your house. And you know what that guy mailed me? He told me that he was very happy that he bought that 901. He bought that 901 because he heard so many things about that 901. You know what he told me? It was the best he ever heard. That means that Sansui 901 beat all his Macintosh stuff, what he had in his house. Not a lie, my friends. Why would that guy lie to me? What it is, I mean, it was a mail he sent it me, so he didn't want to sell it to me back. You know, he just ventilated his opinion. He did a VS test, of course, and his conclusion was that that Sansui 901, and that's why I was so happy with that thing, but the reparation costs were so high. Reparation costs were 800 euros, so they're fully recapping 800 euro, and that was a little bit too much for me. That's why I decided not to recap it, but to resell it, you know, as a broken device. And that guy was very happy because a 901 you will hardly see on the second-hand market. Broken or a working device, you will hardly see them on the second-hand market. And if they are recapped, they are about 1600 euro. 2 times 100 watt. That's a lot of money for a only 2 times 100 watt amplifier, because it is an amplifier, not a receiver. And according to that guy, it was the best sound he ever heard. And it was not a simple guy with simple stuff. That guy had that expensive Macintosh stuff in his house, my friends. And so, believe me when I say to you, Roderick, that Sansui kill the Macintosh stuff. Yeah, so not sure. And let's be honest. Can you buy a Macintosh for 1600 euro? No, you cannot buy. You cannot buy Macintosh stuff for 1600 euro. Forget it. So, and I think if you have more money to spend, let's say 1600 euro for an amplifier, you have that in your head, and you want the best sound for that money, I think the Sansui 901 is the best thing. I have the 501. I still have the 501. The 701 is also a very good one, very almost equal as the 901. But the 501, I'm not sure how that compare. Of course, it will. I'm not sure, but it sounds okay. The 501 sounds very nice, but the 901 is the thing to score. If you have 1600, 1500. In your pocket, and you want to, if you only have 500, you can forget the 901. You can never score a 901 for 500 euro. But you have 1500, and if it is your hobby, then 1500 isn't much. I mean, if it is your hobby and you have the money, then 1500 isn't much for an amplifier. When you have something in your house, what you will never have the feeling, I need an upgrade. Understand? Maybe there are upgrades, but I'm not sure how much money you. And I am 100% convinced that 901 can beat new amplifiers in the shop these days. What will cost you 10, 15,000 euro? Believe me, my friends, it will beat those amplifiers easy. Yeah, but a lot of you think, that new stuff always is better, always sounds better, and that's why this hobby is so great, because I prove that over and over again that is not the case. The case is that there are some diamonds between those vintage and not only vintage but second hand, because for me vintage is made before 1980, so the golden period of audio, and between 1980 and 2000 is not vintage, but it is too young to say it is vintage. Maybe in 10, 15 years it will become vintage, but now at the moment it's for me second-hand stuff. So that 901, in my view, isn't vintage, it is old second-hand. But it is the sound beat many, maybe most amplifiers you can find today in the shop for 10,000 euro. Believe me, believe me. That Sansui, I was so happy when I scored it. No, I didn't score it. I did a I did a deal with a guy, a friend of me. He became a friend of me, and he wanted to buy speakers from me, and he asked me if he can make a deal. He gave me that amplifier, that broken amplifier, and he take my speakers. I said, okay, no problem. So I didn't pay nothing for those. I didn't pay nothing for that amplifier, and but in the end, the reparation costs were too heavy, too big. That I skipped the recapping. Did I regret it? No, it was too much money. The difference was too much. Yeah. So now maybe if I heard the sound, I would regret it. Probably I would regret it. Yeah, if I heard the sound. Yeah. Lucky for me, I didn't hear the sound, because 1,600 euro. I don't think I would ever buy an amplifier from 1,600 euro. No. I can buy it, my friends. If I sell some stuff I have here, I have the money. I have the money to buy an amplifier. I mean, I have plenty of stuff I can sell. I'm not sure why I have this stuff. But if I sell that stuff, I have the money to buy. Even I can buy an amplifier from 3,000 euro, no problem. But yeah, I like to discover a superb sound for. Yeah, I mean, I had that Sansui G3000. It sounds beautiful, but also that one needed a recap. Yeah, needed a recap, so that's why I sold it. Yeah, because let's be honest, my friends, that stuff is 40, 45, 47 years, 48 years old. All of them need a recap. So if you buy a vintage receiver or an amplifier from 47 years old, you know that if you do the recap, then only then you will have the sound that thing can produce. So if you buy a vintage receiver or an amplifier, 47 years old, what isn't recapped yet, and you are happy with it, keep in mind that once it is recapped, you will blown away. If you're already happy with the thing, when it is not recapped, you will blown away when it is finally recapped. It will be a big difference. Nice stream. Did you connect the Bose speakers? No, the Bose speakers. If you follow this complete stream, you for probably Roderick, you switch in later. You will see that the speakers are still upstairs because I don't have the room. I don't have the room with all my speakers in my living room, so they are still upstairs. Still didn't connect them. You could go to Germany. No, the thing is, I'm a smoker, and I discovered that a brand, Rancho Blonde, Czech, cost for 40 grams only €5.60 in Germany, and it is what I heard from people. It's a good quality. So if I drive to Germany, I buy 50 of those packages. It will save me a lot of money because the price difference in the Netherlands is €15 the package. So if I buy 50 package, it will save me €750. If every smart person who smoke should drive to Germany to buy their cigarettes or their check, in Germany, they save a lot of money. But yeah, I'm not sure why people don't do this, because even if I live 1.5 hours driving from the border, I would make a huge profit when I buy my cigarettes in Germany. But at the moment, Germany do border control, so I'm not sure if you're allowed to bring back to the Netherlands 2 kilograms of check, 2 kilo. I mean, I buy this now, I buy this check inside, yeah, and I build my own cigarettes because I'm not going to pay €12 the package for a package of cigarettes. It's too expensive for me. I cannot. That would mean I would spend €350 a month for smoking. Unbelievable. That's why I built my own cigarette, my friends. Okay, so États-Unis, quel Android? So I do not understand this. Roderick, I'm not buying. You're not buying anymore. I want to make some room. Sell some old stuff. Do go to the thrift store and bought some cheap stuff. Yeah, the thrift stores are really cheap. Correct. I cannot play loud music here, so headphones it is. Well, I can play pretty loud because I remember that you live in an old apartment, and old apartments are not that good isolated. And mine apartment, I live in a new building, so this building is 32 years old, thick concrete walls, and I can play my my sound pretty loud, so I do not have that problem in my house, and I have reasonable neighbors. And especially in daytime, I spin that music pretty loud. Not too loud that I will make my neighbors crazy. No, no, no. I prefer to play even louder than I play now, but no, I keep my neighbors in my mind. They do not have to listen to music I'm listening. I mean, you have to think about your neighbors. So, and I can play pretty loud. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, and some moments, even middle in the night, I'm because I have to look that the bedrooms are on the other side of the building. So my neighbors, if they're sleeping, if I play in my music in the night, they will not hear my music if they're sleeping. So show YouTube Le Club. I pay €18.50 for Roderick, I heard Rancho Blonde. Just Google it. In Germany, cost for 40 grams. Cost at the moment in Germany €5.60. €5.60 is a joke. I pay here €20 for €5.60. You can smoke. I can smoke a whole week for €5.60. I can smoke a whole week. And if I would buy packets, packets of cigarettes, I would spend about €80, €80 or €5.60. That's the difference. €5.60 in Germany if you build your own cigarettes, or if you buy packets of cigarettes in the Netherlands, €80. So that's the price difference from €75 a week. Come on, man. The choice is easy to make. I was in Serbia a month ago. I was there for 2 weeks, and when I was on the airport, duty free, I found Camel Blue for €22.50 for 10 packets, so €2.25 the packets, and they even had a brand named King, German cigarettes, King, for €1 the package on the duty-free airport. So in October, so next month, I go again for 4 days to Serbia. There's a big party. One of my grandkids will be 1 year, so big party. And then I will buy again 10 packets. Maybe I buy 2 boxes, only 1 box is allowed. So yeah, I'm gonna take a risk. Yeah, Denmark was always expensive. It is ridiculous. Galois's brand is very heavy cigarettes. I tried them before. It's too heavy for me. I like the blonde or the silver or the blue, more lighter stuff. Anyway, we do not talk about cigarettes because people are not interested in cigarettes. We talk about stereo stuff. And it is almost 2 o'clock. I still didn't take a shower, still didn't shave myself. I have to make myself ready because I have to leave my house 30 minutes from now. So my friends, I'm going to end this live show because I have to go to the dentist. And after the dentist, I will visit my mother because she lives in the center. And so I have to take care of my mother. She's 85 years old. And me, my brother, and my sister, we the 3 of us, and a niece from me, with the 4 of us, we take care of my mother. I cannot be there every day, but I try to be there. I am there every week, every day, every week 1 day, and sometimes 2 times a week, try to, because my mother is afraid to go out alone, and she likes going outdoors, especially in this time of the year. It is not cold. The temperatures are still good to walk outside, so that's the reason why. And that also because I cook for her. She stopped cooking years. She cooked for us, but now she don't have the power anymore. She cannot move. She cannot lift her hands anymore. She have that arthritis in her back and her shoulders. So all the people. So, and I would be a bad son if I wouldn't take care of my mother. Come on, man. I had to take care of my mother. The most important thing in my life is my mother. So, yeah. Anyway, so I have to go to the dentist just for cleaning job. And then I make I have to stop watch politics. It consumes me too much. So I will start making new videos again for my channel. I have the whole winter Winter is coming. I will not visit Dubai. I will not visit my daughter this year because I made the plan to stay in the Netherlands to do my audio stuff and videos, making new videos, scoring, selling, making videos to to take my hobby up where I left it, you know. So I mean, these speakers I scored lately, um, all of them need a video. All of them, they are quality speakers. All of them are special speakers. They need attention, and I need to take time for these speakers. I need to make a plan to video to film them and to show you them and to let you hear the difference between them, and that's my plan in the coming year. Yeah. So that's why I decided to stay home in the Netherlands, not to spend time in Dubai with my grandkids and my daughter, but to stay here just to make some new videos for you. And yeah, also for myself, not for you only, my friends. It's for me, you know. I mean, and to leave that politics for what it is. I will be very happy when 5 November is. It is already 6 November because um, that election talk really is consuming me very much, and I cannot change nothing. You know, I can only consume. I cannot vote. I'm not an American, so I'm a European guy, and the only thing what I can do is to hope. And because America is, whatever you can say about America, you know, America is, in the end, still the world power number one, and they decide everything, not everything, but the most important things in the world, what's happening now around us. I mean, a very small example, we have, that's the proud of the Netherlands, is the company named ASML. ASML. Located in Veldhoven, little village in Veldhoven. It is not a little village anymore because they are building houses now for those employers. ASML sold equipment to China. They are the only one. You know, if you want to know more, I'm not going to go in details. Just Google. ASML is the only company in the world who make this equipment. They make equipment that made chips. And they are so far in front of the competition that the competition is miles away from ASML. And thanks to ASML, the chip builders can make their chips this small. Thanks to ASML, the proud of the Netherlands at the moment. There was a day that ASML was part of that other giant, Philips. But that other giant, Philips, made many mistakes. Many mistakes. If a company gets too big, yeah, they're gonna make mistakes. And they sold it for a very small amount. You know, that ASML, and that ASML is such a big company these days. And America forbid ASML to sell their equipment to China. Yeah. ASML isn't happy with it, but ASML, even if it is at the moment the most important, really the most important company in the world, because what I just explained. They cannot go against America because America always have the final word in everything. So, is it mean what America does with China? I don't think so. I am part of the West, and America wants to keep their advance above China, over China. They are afraid for China, and that's not without a reason, you know. And to keep China down, they forbid ASML to sell their machines to China. So that's why America is so important for everybody, for the whole world. That's why I'm following politics. So anyway, who's hoping to win the election? Well, I'm not going to ventilate my choice over here, but I think if you saw this live video from the beginning, you will know what my choice is. I will place 2 links from Lawrence O'Donnell. Just 2 videos he made for MSNBC, American channel, news channel, political channel. One of my favorite, no, my favorite at the moment is MSNBC. My absolutely favorite channel. And Lawrence O'Donnell, the way he explained things is so beautiful. That's why I'm going to place those 2 links in these videos. And, well, they are both bad. I'm not agree with you, but because one of them is terrible. And for us Dutch, yes, for us Dutch, because we are very liberal, both of them are bad, that's correct. Both of them, even the left, the Democrats aren't left enough for us Dutch people, that's true, yeah, that's true. But for Americans, they do not have another choice than the choice between 2 parties. It's a 2-party system in America, and that's not a good thing, I think. But yeah, it's the system, an American system. We in the Netherlands, we have more choices, and well, I placed the links. Because of Lawrence O'Donnell today, I made this video because I watched that video 3 times, 60 minutes together. The video was only 19 minutes. And I thought, what I'm doing, listening to politics for 60 minutes, one guy, you know, and I'm going the bad way. Politics is consuming me too much. That's why at that moment I made the decision to make this live video, to start again with my hobby, with filming, and leave politics where it is, you know. Leave it where it is, you know. I cannot change it. I will follow it, of course. I will keep following it, but on a different level, smaller level. And after 5 November, November 5th, I'm free of that politic nonsense. In fact, it is nonsense, but, you know, once you are in that material, you know, it sucks you in, you know, that's politics, you know, and I will be happy when it is November 5th. So propaganda, well, propaganda. I mean, I do not think that in my lifetime there was ever a more important election in America than in this year, because there's very, but very much at stake. Very much at stake, my friends. And so, anyway, and that's why this political race, this 2024 race, is consuming so much of me, because I know what is at stake at the moment, and it was never, but never in my lifetime so important as this race. And if you are in this material, you know exactly what I'm talking about, you know. And the differences were never so huge as in 2024. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching this live video. I hope I give you some hints, which that about the Sansui 901, why that amplifier is so special. Because I had a question from Roderick why I do not test Macintosh amplifiers, Macintosh stuff, but I had a guy who bought that 901 for me who only had expensive Macintosh stuff. And according to him, that 901 beat all his Macintosh stuff. So that is enough said, you know. Then I know enough. Then I know enough about Macintosh stuff. It's not the stuff I have to hunt for, you know. And a guy who have that stuff tells me that the 901, the fully recapped 901, put Macintosh, all his Macintosh stuff asleep. You know, then I know enough. And I mean, I share that with you, that discovery. I already knew I already knew because I read much. You know, I mean, I'm in this audio hobby, but I read much from other people. You know, I'm forums and YouTube. You know, forums, and so I already knew that it was a hell of an amp, but that it was so good. Yeah. Do you want to spend 16, 15, 1600 these days, maybe even more expensive, for a 1986 amplifier? 2 times 100 watt. Ugly thing. Not ugly, but not a special thing to look at, you know. Most vintage lovers want beautiful stuff, VU meters, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm going to end this video. Thanks for watching. Put the thumbs up, and you don't have to wait this long for my next video. Ciao, ciao.